What's up, everybody? Bro Trio here, and it took me a while, but I finally beat Ghost of Yotei. Well, when did that come out?
October.
Damn. Okay, so it took me over a month. I thought it came out in November, so I was like, it only took me a month. But no, it took me a while. But I finally beat Ghost of Yotei, and I really, really love this game, and I want to talk about it. I'm going to start out as non-spoilery as I can be, and then I'm going to fully break everything down. Don't read it.
No, I'm not. I was going to say, before we get started, how long do you estimate this is going to be?
Is this part of the video?
Yes.
Oh, I'm aiming for like 45 minutes, but we'll see.
Because we tend to be extremely long-winded, so I want to see how good we are at estimating.
Okay, so I'll try, but it might go longer, especially with y'all asking stuff and whatever. But, so I'm going to be as spoiler-free as I can. I'm going to... Should I start with a score or give it a score at the end?
At the end, yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, if you liked Ghost of Tsushima, you will like Ghost of Yotei. It's not exactly the same game, but it's very, very similar. The swordplay is still there, and it's excellent. Instead of all the different stances now, you have different weapons, which is very cool, but that's a nitpick of mine, is they basically function the same as stances. Because it's like, okay, spear's good against hook's good against shields, dual blades is good against spear. It's just like, okay, so they're not necessary. I mean, you can use any weapon in any scenario you want, but it's just much less optimal. Because, like, the right weapon will break their guard easier and stagger them and shit easier.
Okay.
And, it's not like Pokemon, where it's like, it's super effective or anything. But
it sounds closer to, like, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, and
that's how that works. I've never played one.
So the dual katanas literally are so good against spears that, like, the final ability, or one of the final abilities you get, is heavy attacks automatically parry spears, specifically.
Oh, wow.
Like, so you could just hit triangle the whole time if you want with dual katana against spears, and you'll pretty much block everything except
cool.
red attacks. But just like the first game, this game on a higher scale, absolutely stunning. Like, oh my god, absolutely stunning. I have never once taken a screenshot and used it as the background for my phone in my life until now. I took way more screenshots than I usually take in games. Like, I'm sure there's other games that I've taken a ton of screenshots, but I took a ton of screenshots and videos, and it's just vibes, man. Like, that's one of the best parts about this game, is you can just walk around playing your shamisen. It's the little guitar with the little knife or whatever that they play with.
Yeah.
So you can just walk around and play it whenever you want, and it does. Different songs do different shit. But that's part of what I would do. I'll just be walking down in this forest trail playing this, and there's fucking, like, pink leaves everywhere. I was like, oh my god.
Did you ever play it in the Samurai Champloo mode?
I did for a little bit. It ruined it. It didn't ruin the game. It was just like, this vibe's way different than what I'm going for.
Oh.
Because I was just walking around, it's like... And like,
I think when I play it, I think I'm going to play the whole fucking game like that.
I could see that for sure on like a second playthrough, but the first playthrough I was like, no, I want the weird little Japanese strings when I fight somebody. It's like instead of like
samurai hip hop.
Fucking Samurai Champloo. It's so weird. So basically, it does what a good sequel does, in my opinion. And it takes what the first game did and pretty much cranks everything up to 11. I really only have some nitpicks with it. I don't have any big problems with this game. I didn't really have that many big problems with the first one either. Ghost of Tsushima is Ghost of Yotei is a fantastic game. If you liked Ghost of Tsushima, definitely pick it up. If you're a fan of open world action games, I would also definitely pick it up. I would compare it to... I'm not meaning this as if they're in the same realm as each other, but it's almost like the difference between Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. Like, very similar setup, but Assassin's Creed 2 dialed up everything to 11. Okay. The only things I think Tsushima did better is debatably the story, I like the bones of the Tsushima story better, and it hit a higher story high for me. But I think generally I like this story a lot, and I like the characters more, and the villains are a lot cooler because I remember them.
But in Yotei, is there poisoned rotten milk?
You know what? You reminded me of a problem I have with this game. Poison sucks now.
Oh.
Poison's no fun. Poison, in Ghost of Tsushima, poison, when you would poison someone with your little blowgun, they would start
convulsing.
They would convulse and vomit up blood, or you could do the poison that would make them crazy and start attacking everyone around them.
Yeah.
That's not here. In this one, poison makes them get staggered a lot faster. Basically, it's not nearly as fun. And they get stunned if they get poisoned enough, and you can go up and execute them because they just fall on down to their knees and just wait to die. Poison's not as fun. Poison is not as fun. Story's not quite as... debatably not quite as good. Story's not as good, but characters are better, if that makes sense. It's a different story. It's not... I don't even know if I would even call it better or worse. But definitely Tsushima had higher highs story-wise. And, Tsushima, the duels were better, generally. Finding all the different samurai and dueling them, for some reason, it felt better. I don't know why. The duels themselves actually felt better in Tsushima to me. This one, it just... I don't know. I don't know.
Was there a Tengu man?
No, but there were some weirdos.
Okay.
Good. But with all that, this game is fantastic. If you like action games, get it. If you like Ghost of Tsushima, 100% definitely get it. And now, I'm breaking into spoilers.
This is what I'm excited for, because the spoilers is what made me play Ghost of Tsushima when you did that one.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty excited about this, because I was into the game enough to, download it, but I never started it. It's just been such a crazy year for games, I couldn't bring myself to put this over something else that was coming out, but I'm pretty excited to hear what it is in it.
So, it has... another quick positive is there's a lot more side quest variety and a lot more open world activities and enemy variety. But spoiler time. So I don't know how much you guys remember from the trailers and whatnot.
Nothing at all.
It's a lady.
Yeah, you're a lady
that's pretty much
time. You're a lady this time. Her name is Atsu. It starts out. I don't remember if it starts out with what happened to her family or if you start fighting the snake. That's another thing. These fucking villains. They all have cool names, and they have a group cool name, and that is my shit. It's like the fucking Anten 7 from Outlaw Star kind of shit.
I thought you meant she fought an actual snake.
Gung Ho Guns from Trigun?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. No, their name, the villain group name is the Yotei 6. That's fucking badass. And it's the snake, the Oni, the Kitsune, the spider, the dragon, and Lord Saito. He doesn't get a cool one.
Oh.
That's lame.
He didn't get a cool nickname. He doesn't need it. No. This villain's a lot better than Koten Khan, I think was his name. He's a lot more, he felt a little underdeveloped, but he felt more developed than Koten Khan, and he has little notes that you find, at the enemy bases and stuff that, give a little more of his personality and how he is. Not as good as a cutscene or anything.
Yeah.
But he's a bastard. That's probably why this story feels about... No, you know what? I take it back. I think the highs are high in Yotei when you get to the ending. But, I don't know. I like the honor versus duty... Or no, the honor versus, doing what fucking works from Ghost of Tsushima. I like the bones of that story a lot better than, you killed my family. It's Kill Bill. But there's a lot of wiggle room in that revenge storyline. That's why it's so fucking popular, is because you can tell a lot of different stories with this same setup, but it is a very, very common setup. And that is... But I'll get there. The high is good God. So you start off, you're Atsu walking in this town, and there's these people all scared, and I think there's someone asking you not to cause any trouble, because they see someone with a sword walking into town, pretty much. She's after the snake. She's after the first of the Yotei 6. And I don't remember. I think you have to fight some of his guys first. Yeah, for a little tutorial. You fight some of his guys. I don't think you have the option to sneak, if I remember right. But you fight off some of his guys, and then you find this drunk, old, ugly bastard. He's just fucking basically passed out on the floor. And that's his thing. That's his personality trait, because we don't get to know the snake at all, because we kill him right away.
Oh, wow. Like, while so he's passed out?
No, he gets up and he's like, he's like, he could have been really funny. Because he was, like, doing the whole, like, Japanese drunk guy, like, stereotypical thing, like, from, like, any anime you see where there's a drunk guy where he's just, like, and, like, he's got the blushing face and everything.
Yeah.
So he's got a cool mask, but it was only, like, halfway on or something. Like, he's just such a slob. He was, like, kind of sweaty. He was just so nasty. But you challenge him to a fight, and the way your reputation starts off after that is people are like, well, you only won because he was drunk, kind of thing. Like, they are underestimating her, and I was like, that's kind of cool, because we're building up this reputation the whole game. But it starts off like, she killed the snake, and then like you'll hear the bad guys talking about it when you're sneaking, you know, like you'll hear them conversating. They're like, she killed the snake, though. And he's like, yeah, but he was, like, drunk off his ass. Like, it's not even real. But, so you remember when, I don't remember exactly how, it was on the beach where Jin, like, died and came back, basically, and that's why he's the ghost. That was the fight with the snake. Like, basically, they ran each other through. Oh, wow. And she passed out for a while and woke back up, and that was her dying and coming back as the ghost. That was when it started. Was when after you killed the snake. Like, I think he fell. Yeah. They were fighting, and he went to stab her, and she stabbed him, and then he fell on top of her and stabbed her, like, around this area, which is only fatal sometimes.
Yeah. I was thinking Sekiro. I was like, oh, man. Is that the...
No, they don't actually...
I was like, ghosts die twice is what I was thinking, but that's
I was going to say they don't actually die and come back, but I mean, this one hints a lot more at mysticism and shit, so maybe they actually do.
Yeah. These PlayStation Studios franchises always take the franchise name in a different direction than I would have thought. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I would have thought the next one would have been another of Tsushima. Like, it would have been the Tsushima franchise. And, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, you would think it would be the Zero Dawn franchise. But nope, it's Horizon again.
Yeah.
It's always the word I don't expect to be the franchise name for these.
Alright. So, we kill the ghost. She rides off to heal somewhere. I don't exactly remember how, because it's been a long time since I started this game. I think she went to this town and just laid up for a while and healed up. And then she goes back to her old family home. And that's where you find out what happened. Which is, basically, we find out why later. But basically, Lord Saito and the Yotei 6 showed up, killed her mother and father, killed her twin brother, set their house on fire, pinned her to a tree, set it on fire, and left. Pinned her with the sword. Her father's a blacksmith. Pinned her to... She's like 11, by the way, when this happened.
So this is not when she's recovering.
No. Okay. This is where you start getting the flashbacks and stuff. Yeah, this is what the Yotei 6 did to her family and why she's after them. They pinned her to a tree with the sword her father made, because he's like a legendary blacksmith. And so that set the tree on fire and just left. Huh. So she's wanting some vengeance now.
Yeah. That's quite a bit.
So her growing up backstory. After that, she found her way to the mainland somehow, because they're on one of the islands off the mainland of Japan. Worked her way up as a mercenary. She knew like the basics of sword fighting. So she became a mercenary and all that. So we don't have the honor thing here like in Tsushima. She's not Jin Sakai. She doesn't have this honor thing to worry about. She's a mercenary. She does what she has to do to get the job done.
Cool.
So but that leads to like one of the open world activities that's my favorite in any game they're in is bounty hunts all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of bounty hunts. And that replaced like these weirdos, man. One of them, well, this wasn't a bounty hunt. This was a mythic tale. Because there's a storyteller that wanders around, and when you find him, he tells you about like this mystic critter that he's trying to find the story on. Mm-hmm. And you go there. This guy, one of them was straight up a fucking dead man. Like, had to have been the way he was fighting. Because you're exploring this old manor for this guy, and according to the legend, he like was trying to train his daughter to fight, but he trained her too hard, and she ended up dying or something like that. And that made him so grief-stricken that he became a yokai or something after he died. So you're after his armor, because his armor is legendary. It's the red spider lily armor. That's what it is. It's just this cool armor. I don't remember what it does, but I wore it for a long time. It has a big old spider lily on the helmet, and like spider lily design everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
It's very good armor. It was very good combat armor. But this guy was basically teleporting. Like, I didn't see it, but I was hunting the manor for him, and a bunch of Lord Saito's people were there at the manor also looking for this armor. Because it's because he was such a legendary warrior.
That's cool.
Armor.
That's another thing I like when things do it, where there's two parties looking for the same thing.
Yeah. But, so I was getting ready to fight, because I heard him talking, and then I just heard a bunch of screaming. And I showed up, and they're all dead. And then I got through this Lost Woods area where, like, you have to go the right ways, you know, or you start over. So I was like, okay, is this magic? 100%? What's happening? And then there's this gate that's locked, and there are a bunch of Saito soldiers back there. I don't know how they got back there, but I can't get back there. And you can peep through the hole, and you just see him murdering these dudes. And, like, he'll kill one, and then he backwalks into the fog and pops out on the other side of the fog and kills another one. I was like, is this man a ghost? What the fuck? And, like, that Atsu kind of had the same attitude about it, and when you solve the puzzle, I think you have to duel him, because he thinks Atsu's his daughter. But you end up having to duel him. He was like, you're going to do fine. You'll do fine without me, because he couldn't face the fact that his daughter was dead, basically. He's like, you'll be fine. You can fight. And then he, like, walked off into the fog, and when you follow him, his armor's just sitting there on a grave.
Oh, wow.
So, he is a ghost.
I guess he's actually a ghost.
Yeah.
And that's not even the most, like, spooky, ghosty thing in this game.
Really?
Another one of those things is you're after this arrow that supposedly pierced the mountain. And when you find it, it's supposedly guarded by a demon bear that's unkillable. And you can't kill that motherfucker until you find that arrow and kill him with it.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Like, I think I might be combining two quests, but I don't think I am. But you cannot kill that bear until the end of the quest. Like, no matter what you do, that bear is alive.
Huh.
I was hitting him with every arrow I could, everything. I climbed up on something, and I just kept shooting arrows at him because he couldn't get up there after me. Would not die. So I was like, okay, this is an unkillable demon bear, okay. And there's this guy that's, like, helping you with the quest, and then he disappears toward the end of it. And when you talk to the storyteller guy, he was like, hey, there's a fucking god with that name. I wonder if that was him. It's like, what the fuck?
Huh.
Those are really the only two where I'm like, this is it. Okay, supernatural shit's real in this game, I guess. And they're probably hinting because they're doing the Legends or whatever.
Yeah.
They're doing the multiplayer version with the actual yokai and shit everywhere. They're releasing that early next year, I think.
I do want them to go, like, kind of just not whole, like, hog into, like, the mystical stuff, but, like, I do want more in it, because Tsushima is cool, but, you know, if it was, like, demons exist, that's even cooler.
Yeah. That's what Legends is for, too, I guess. I don't think they're going to do another Ghost of one after this. I don't know. I mean, they did 3 Infamous, technically. I forgot about Second Son or whatever. But so they might do another one, but I don't know where they're going to go from here because guns are going to take over if they move too much further in the timeline.
Oh yeah,
well, that's what it is. Ghost of Guns.
Ghost of Guns. But Ghost of Tokyo, that could be cool as fuck. Like, it's a city now. Anyway, so you recover from your fight with the snake. And those were just side quests I was talking about earlier. But you recover from your fight with the snake and basically start searching for leads on the other Yotei 6 members. And you find out that, like, the Oni's here, the Kitsune's here, and you can choose which one of those you want to go after first. The rest are straight and narrow line, like, you don't get a choice.
Okay.
But those two, you can go after one or the other first. I did the Oni first, just because that's where I ended up, basically. That's where the story was leading me at the time. Because I kept going that way, and then I'm going to hit the greater points. I know there's a lot I'm missing, because it's been a few months. Oh, another badass thing. I know I've told y'all about it. every time she kills a member of the Yotei 6, she gets their blood on her sword, gets a little sash that she painted all their names on, crosses it out with their own blood. That is badass. That's so badass. That is the coolest shit in the world. So eventually, after... It's been so long, I know I'm missing a lot, but eventually you get little snippets here and there of what every Yotei 6 member did on the Night of the Burning Tree, which is what it's called. Like, that's not a legendary, that's a infamous event around that area.
Okay.
Because like it was a big deal. That whole
so it's
family
not just a big
murdered.
deal for her.
No, everybody was like, God damn. And you can do little flashbacks at her home to like get to know her father and mother and brother a little more. Like when you go there, you hold down the touchpad and you can be kid Atsu or adult Atsu whenever you want, basically. But once you get all the flashbacks done, there's no real point.
Okay.
But you have to turn into Kid Atsu at certain places and interact with this thing, and then it's like her dad teaching her how to blacksmith, and her dad teaching her how to sword fight with her brother, or her mom teaching her the shamisen, or how to play the little mini game where you flick the coins. Fucking love this mini game. I would tweak it a little more and make the AI a little better, or no, a little worse. Because basically, if you don't win on the first try, if they get a chance to go, most of the time they win. So that's not great. But the bones of that mini game are so great. You flick a coin. If it goes off the table, they get a point for it, and then it's their turn. If you hit a coin, you get a point, and you keep going, and you keep going until you miss, basically.
Okay.
And if you hit 2 coins, nobody gets points, but it goes to their turn. The other guy's turn. So you have to hit 1 coin at a time, and nothing goes off the table. It's very fun.
How do you do it? Is it just like
haptics?
Sticks? Is it
haptics like the
touchpad?
Yeah, no haptics like controllers, or the sensitive controllers. Like the harder you pull, the harder she flicks. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the triggers. That's what I'm thinking of.
You're saying haptics.
Haptics are vibrating.
Like, I thought that's not how you pull a trigger.
Yeah, the triggers is just like
you pull the reverse of that.
Yeah, it's like so light you flick, and then heavy you're like. Pow!
Okay.
So that's a very fun minigame, and that's a very good money maker for the early game. At a certain point, I don't know why, at a certain point you can only gamble like 50 monies, whatever it's called in this game. You can only do 50, but at the earlier...
Well, you don't have the Giant's Wallet yet.
Yeah, it might be... No, I'm saying you can only bet that much toward the end for some reason. It might be just so people aren't using a money exploit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably.
But at the beginning of the game, I made so much money with that little mini game. But, so eventually you're interacting with the samurai clan quite a lot, called the Matsumai clan, and they're in Ezo, which is what the place is called, the island you're on. And they're trying to... basically kick out Lord Saito and defeat him and get him gone, because that's how they get around the whole I think that's how they get around the whole hammering in revenge bad over and over again, is that like Lord Saito... I've never played The Last of Us 2, but that's what I heard. A lot of the criticism for Last of Us 2 was it's just like revenge bad, meh, meh, meh. But in this one they definitely talk about it. They're like, girl, this is not going to be a happy ending for you. And she's just like, I don't give a fuck. She's not an asshole, though. I liked that, too. I liked that a lot about... She's not... You would think a character like that would be an asshole.
Yeah.
For some reason. But she's just like, I know, but I mean, like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, basically, like, I can't rest until these fuckers are dead. But Lord Saito's an actual threat to, like, Japan. Because he's, like, building an army and wants to go to the mainland and take over kind of shit.
Wow. Okay.
Like, he's a threat. Like, he's got to go regardless. So that's why people aren't fighting her on it too much, probably.
Yeah.
But, and the Matsumai clan's over there trying to build bridges and stuff, and, like, basically get stuff going over there so people can transport their stuff easier and safer and all that. And a lot of people are kind of against it. A lot of people, nobody's really for it, but they're like, it's better than Saito, I guess.
Yeah.
But, that's another part of this game that I liked a lot, is you get a character that kind of has the Jin storyline a little bit of, like, he's a samurai, but he's helping you out.
Yeah.
And you're doing unscrupulous shit. They're not as hardcore about it as in Ghost of Tsushima, but it's still like, I can't do that. kind of thing. Like, he's like, I know you can do that, so I can get you to go do that, but I can't go do that. So they're fine with paying her to go do stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems like it's not really.
It seems like just a technicality.
Step in the honor system,
so when you're trying to get passage to the next region where the Oni is hiding, and in order to do that, you have to get a travel pass and all kinds of stuff. And while you're doing that, this young guy, I'd say younger than the other samurai, most of them. But he's just like, what the fuck? And because he sees her trying to buy a fucking travel pass off somebody so she can get through, which is illegal. And he's just like, hey, you want to get through, like, help me do this. And then they're talking, and she thinks he's flirting, and he's like, no, it's not like that. And then you find out his name is motherfucking Jubei. That's her brother.
Yeah.
He survived.
Oh.
He was like, are you Atsu? And she was just like, how the fuck do you know that? Basically, he's just like, it's me, it's your brother, it's Jubei. She's like, what the fuck? Like, somehow her twin brother lives, and they didn't know about it. They kind of explain it. Like, okay, so he starts helping her to get through the pass, basically, because he's like, yeah, let's go take down the Oni, because he's part of Clan Matsumai now. He's basically like a lord. It's Jin. Like, he's kind of sort of adopted by this samurai, basically. And he's like kind of a lord that lives in this castle and all this stuff. And you kind of sort of get his storyline, except it's not nearly as like, no, you can't poison all that milk. It's like, I can pay her to poison all the milk. But no. So that was crazy to me to find out that her brother was alive. I was like, hold on, what the fuck? I thought maybe because he clearly knew her. I thought maybe it was someone from her past, someone from like when she was fighting on the mainland or something. But then, and her reputation as the Onryo was starting to spread. That's what they call her. Is the Onryo? It's a vengeful like female spirit.
Oh, okay.
In Japanese like mythology. They call her the ghost a lot too, but a lot of people call her the Onryo. And like the people leave like offerings for the Onryo to go kill more like of Lord Saito's clan.
That's cool.
Because they want him to fucking go. Like, everybody wants him gone. And so your brother gets you through to the next region where the Oni lives. No, he doesn't have to help you get to the Kitsune. But I went to the Oni first. And then they're talking about like what happened and like what happened, like where'd you go and all that. He's like, I thought everyone was dead, so I just started wandering, and Clan Matsumai picked me up, basically, is what he said. And she was like, yeah, I just started wandering, and I ended up on a boat on the mainland and fighting mercenary shit. And they were just like going over how they differed so much from each other because they didn't know each other was alive. So she probably would have been part of Clan Matsumai had they found her too. Yeah. But she was like, how do you cope with what happened? And basically he's like, I just pretend it happened to someone else. So like somehow he compartmentalizes it in his mind where like, yeah, that wasn't me. I don't know how. Yeah. But it seems like the kind of thing that would be impossible to do, but that's how he gets through it basically.
Well, didn't you say they killed him like first?
No, well, I said him first, I think. Well, they didn't kill him first. The first one they killed was
because I was going to say, if he was, like, passed out during the whole thing, then it did kind of not happen to him.
Oh, and it gets, you find out, like, when you're going to fight the Oni, his clan, that's another thing I like, the villains they all have their little gimmick. Mm-hmm. Like, the Oni's army likes fire a lot. So they light everything on fire.
Cool.
And he's the one that started the tree on fire while she was pinned to it. And he's also the one that killed their dad. Mm. So like he was sword fighting their dad and stabbed him, and Atsu went and picked up the dad's sword and like swung it and hit him in the face, cut his eye, broke his mask, all kinds of stuff. And he like picked her up, and like Saito like basically stopped him from killing her because he wanted to pin her to the tree and burn her for some reason. Sick fuck. And the brother, I don't remember if he ran off or if he was still there for that. but he helped fight the Oni a little bit, and then I think the other ones dragged him away. But so the dad's dead. She's pinned to the tree. We don't know what happened with the mom and the brother yet. But he's helping you find the Oni basically. The rest of this time, and he was just like, well, I'm doing this because he's a threat. You're doing this basically for him. In what he was saying, at least revenge is kind of just a bonus. He was going to be after him like this anyway. Yeah. And she's all like, no, he's got to fucking die. They've all got to die. And the brother's a little like, okay. He's like, they do have to die, but let's calm down a little, basically. Yeah. So we get to the Oni's keep, and Atsu and the brother come up with this plan to pretend, well, originally... they were going to capture the funniest character in this game, Mad Goro, who is this crazy guy that I imagine would have, in a different world, would have been the Snake, because he was sloppy and weird and gross, and he liked guns a whole lot. Like the little flintlock pistols is all they got. It's like the 1700s or something. Okay. But the plan was originally catch him and take him back to the Oni because he escaped the Oni and stole his favorite gun. So the Oni's mad at him. So we were going to take him, catch him, send in Atsu to turn him in for the bounty for him, and then kill the Oni, assassinate the Oni. Basically, was the plan. Okay. That did not work because Mad Goro, the brother, ended up taking him back to Clan Matsumai instead. And Atsu was all mad about it. She's like, you got him for 2 days, and then I'm coming to get him, and we're going to bring him to the Oni like we planned. Well, the Oni somehow got word that Mad Goro was captured and and he attacked the Matsumai camp to get him out because he wanted to be the one that killed him. So Mad Goro escapes in the chaos, basically. So Atsu's mad, and Jubei's mad. Atsu's mad at Jubei. Jubei's just mad at the situation, essentially. Yeah. And so they're like, all right, new plan. You arrest me, and you bring a lord of the Matsumai clan into the Oni. And she's like, this is a bad idea, but let's do it. And they planned to do that, but they still had to, I don't remember when they did this, but they still had to get with Mad Goro at some point about what entrance he used. Oh, because he wouldn't go along with the plan. That's why, if I remember right, he was like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'll show you how to get in, but I'm not going in there. And he was like, if you try to bring me in there, I'm going to scream your plan to everybody or something like that. I don't remember. And you run into him a few more times in side quests. Like, he pretends to be like a priest or whatever for a while. He's just on top of this mountain. He's like, yes, pray, my son. And she's like, Mad Goro, what the fuck are you doing here? He's just like, shh, I'm in hiding. And then you run into him again, and he's a fucking amateur dentist.
Oh, God.
He's just pulling people. Like, people are going to him, and they're like, yeah, my tooth hurts. And he's like, all right, hold still. And you hear, he's just like, then the guy's like, thank you, and just like walks out.
Oh, my God.
It was so funny. But the Oni keeps sending people after him because he keeps finding out where he is, too. So you end up having to save this fucking idiot. Mad Goro was the best. I loved his little storyline. That was about it for him. He doesn't pop up again after that, but I hope he does in some DLC. Like the DLC's like the tale of Mad Goro. Yeah. I want more of him. He was hilarious. But so now we're taking brother to the Oni to turn him in. Turn him in. And Atsu was like, hey, can I basically somehow wormed her way in where she could hang out and party for a while? And the Oni was like, fuck yeah. Oni's this like giant of a man. Like, I don't know how tall all the main characters were, but he was like 6'5" compared to us kind of height. Like, he was a gigantic man with one of the big like Odachi, the big giant samurai sword. Yeah, just large dude, and he is Lord Saito's like general, basically. And he's trying to get this castle repaired for Lord Saito to stay in after they take over Ezo or something like that. So his whole thing was repairing this castle. And by this point I had the weapons I had the spear, and I think I had the Odachi too. You get the big sword, and that's good against heavies like the brutes. Mm-hmm. So you're partying with his guys basically, and he gives you and this other guy, the jail guy that you guys got into an argument, and he gives you 2 wooden swords and tells you to settle it, and you beat his ass, and he's all mad. But then the Oni's like, that was fucking cool. And he was like, come on, let's pay you. And taking up to his keep, and he's like, gonna give you your money, and you see the scabbard for her dad's sword that he made. The Oni had kept it. And you gave his gun back, so he had to go to his little treasure room. You talked to him about some of his treasures, but the main one was the dad's scabbard, and she was just like, can I have that? And he was like, what, that old thing? Why do you want that? She was like, you don't even have to pay me, just give me that. And I was like, Atsu, no. Atsu, no. And he like paused for a second, he was like, sure. And just like handed it to her, he's like, but I'm paying you too, and gave her the money. He was like, alright, see you later. And then, so I was like, okay, well, he fucking knows.
Yeah.
Should have just, and then, instead of leaving, she left, and then she went in the Mad Goro way and around the back, got the brother out of the jail, and they went to assassinate the Oni, and they climbed in his window, and he pops out around the corner and grabs them both by the throat.
Oh, wow.
He's just like, I knew it was you. The second you were pointing at the scabbard, I was like, oh fuck. And so I think you fight him here, but he might just like kind of beat your ass in a cutscene. I can't fully remember, but either way, you and your brother gotta go now. It's over. Yeah. And you were supposed to save some of his Matsumai brothers while you were on your way out from assassinating the Oni, but it's like, there's no time now, we gotta go. And you're racing through, and they're shooting all their little cannons at you. Shit's exploding everywhere. That's awesome. It was so fucking awesome. And then she was like, oh, well, we gotta try again. And the brother was like, what the fuck do you mean try again? We almost died. And she was just like, well, he's gotta die. And that's their first little split. He was like, sister, I don't know you, and I don't think I want to, and rides off. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's cool.
And then later on, he comes back, he's like, she's like, I'm sorry for how I acted. He's like, no, and I do want to know you. I'm sorry. They made up. They're fine. But, now where do we go from here? I know you had to hunt down more leads, but I don't fully remember all the details. But I remember, I think this was a Mad Goro idea. I'm pretty sure you got yourself shipped back into the Oni's keep in a like a tea barrel or something.
That's awesome.
But anyway, either way, you end up back in the keep, and you get through all his guys and get to the Oni, and he's kind of sort of expecting you this time. And you start having a sword fight with him, and he's like lighting his sword on fire, because that's like one of the items you get from his areas. You can light your weapons on fire now. Cool. For a little bit, and when they're on fire, just fully unblockable.
Oh.
And it lights them on fire and hurts them a little more.
Now that's expected, but fully
that's
unblockable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know, but I can block them, but they can't, I guess.
Oh.
So I'm having the duel with the Oni, and then Jubei shows up to help, and it starts flashing back to them fighting him with after he killed their dad and getting their ass beat. And it keeps going back and forth between that and them fighting him now, and they're kind of beating his ass. And then they both, like, after he's down, they both get their swords, and they simultaneously swing and chop his head off.
Oh.
It's like, oh, fuck yeah. And the dad called them the Twin Wolves when they were kids. So that was, like, double cool. The Twin Wolves. And and her sword has 2 wolves, like, spiraling each other for the hilt thing, the little metal piece at the end. It's really badass. But and that's how Jubei kind of recognized her first as he saw that sword, and he was like, what the fuck? I forgot that part. But so now the Oni's crossed him out with the blood. Badass. And now it's time for the Kitsune. So you got to go up to the snow area for the Kitsune. It's all like this mountain range area that's all cold and shit. And while you're riding there, you get ambushed by these ninjas in white-ass outfits. They just pop out of the snow. And you're with some group of people that hired you for to protect them, and they're all dead. You failed completely, because these ninjas just popped out of the snow and killed everybody. And, I don't remember what they did with Atsu, but they did the dumb villain thing where they left her alive. I don't think they knew it was her. I don't think they knew she was the Onryo, because she has a reputation by this point. There's a bounty on her. And like you have to fight all these Ronin all the time that are after it.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
So, and as the story progresses, her little poster gets like more detailed with the drawing of her. And her reputation's growing, and people aren't really saying like she only won because he was drunk anymore. They're like, oh fuck, she killed the Oni too. Oh god.
Yeah.
So is it like the opposite of Tangled, where like the wanted poster gradually gets better?
Yeah, it's the opposite of Tangled. That's basically this game. But no, so keep on going through, right? And she recovers in this, like, ends up at this bar thing where there's also courtesans and a bunch of Matsumai guys. And I don't remember, this one Matsumai guy thought she was one of the courtesans or something like that, so they got in she had a fist fight the whole bar about it. I remember that. Like, she offended somebody so bad that all the Matsumai wanted to kick her ass, and like you fist fought them all, because you can fist fight in this game because people can disarm you.
That's
and then
cool.
you just kind of punch them until you pick your weapon up again or switch to another one. You can disarm them too.
That's cool.
But oh man, that's one of the best parts of this game. Is sometimes when you kill people, they drop a weapon and you can throw it. It's not every time, but that was one of my favorite things to do. You just pick up a sword or a spear or whatever, and it like if you're stealth, it almost one shots everybody. If you're not stealth, it'll kill most people. But it's a very powerful thing to do, is just pick up this sword and chuck it. And you find them around the camps and stuff too, just sitting there, so you can just pick stuff up, and I'm like, and then I hide back in the grass, and they're like, oh fuck, what happened?
It's raining swords, oh no.
But and this is the area where you get the I forget what it's called, but it's the hook with the chain. That one, the cool hook chain.
Hook shot.
I forget the name of that.
What did they call it?
Hook shot.
It's a cool weapon, and it comes with a new ability, a stealth ability, where you can throw it at them, and it hooks them, and you pull them to you in the grass or whatever, and you're like, and slit their throat.
Right.
It's,
no body left
It's
to find.
so badass. It's so awesome. And my favorite armor enhances that ability. My favorite armor is called the Crimson Kimono, because this girl's dad came home drunk and like killed her mother or something like that. So the girl like killed her dad, and her kimono was like white, but now it's like red. And you go find it, and it's got powers. So I guess it's magic. I don't know. But that's the best armor in the fucking game. It's the best stealth armor for sure, because you can Kusarigama, the hook thing, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it extends the range that you can get that stealth kill from where you drag them to you.
Oh,
and
nice.
Also, you remember the chain assassinations you could do? Like the ability you unlock where you like stab one.
Kind of.
If it's a group, you can stab.
Yes.
Like you can do that. But now you get 2 extras because you can do it with your kunai with that armor.
Oh.
That's the best stealth armor in the game. The Crimson Kimono is amazing. And the kunai are so fucking cool. You get those in this area too. You get all the ninja weapons. Get the kunai from this farmer lady. Because she learned how to make them when she was a kid to defend her farm or whatever. And I had a charm on it where all my kunai had fire on them. And I guess it was upgrading them. Or no, it was a charm I had too, where when I throw one kunai, I throw 3.
Wow.
And I think it only costs 1 still. Magic.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that was a charm, and like, so if I'm fighting a group, I was just like, and there are 3 people on fire now. A lot of the time they die from being on fire. But getting 2 extra kills in the chain assassination with that is insane. I love that armor so much. And it's that was my favorite armor overall. The armor of the Undying was pretty cool because I don't remember the other abilities, but it made people drop weapons that you could throw more often, so I just littered the battlefield with throwable weapons. I was like, ha ha!
That's awesome.
The red spider lily was one of my favorites aesthetically. The dragonfly armor was cool looking, but that was for more like a ranged build. I was like, eh. But all the armor was really cool, and they all had cool powers. But the Onryo armor that you start with upgrades itself as you progress through the story, which I thought was really cool.
That is cool.
And that like gives you more wolf powers and more scary powers and stuff. Like when you kill somebody, one of its powers I think is when you kill somebody with a thrown weapon, they have like a certain percentage chance to like everyone around them gets terrified. And that, like in Ghost of Tsushima, where they like fall and they're like crawling away and like, oh god, the Onryo!
What was it? It went like Sarazawa mode or something.
Yeah.
Whenever it
the
goes
ghost
all,
stance
like,
when he's
black and white and red.
Yeah, you get that again. Except this time it has 2 swords in it.
Cool.
And you get the Howl of the Onryo almost immediately, is what her scary ability is called. And then you get the Ghost Stance on top of that later. Which is like you build up a longer kill streak and you can do it. But I didn't even touch on the wolf yet. You get a wolf, which I think was heavily implied to also be a spirit. Because this wolf just kind of follows you around, doesn't really have a pack, doesn't really attack you. It doesn't really let you pet it. It's not like a dog. But you throw salmon at it and it likes it and gets more friendly toward you as you rescue wolf dens. Because it keeps going around all of Ezo to these different wolf dens. Because Lord Saito doesn't like wolves and he's having them all killed.
Wow.
And you help him kill the guys that are hunting the wolves. You help, or she? I don't remember if the wolf's name. It did the Yotei thing where you can name, or the Tsushima thing where you can name it based on a few prompts. I named it like Kiba or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is this wolf just going around this entire fucking island? I was like, this has to be a spirit. Like, this is weird. But as you do those, you get more like wolf powers, like the little standoffs where you like ching at people. And you get those again. But the wolf gets one now with you, like one of the powers. Like when you're doing a standoff while the wolf's around, another guy shows up and the wolf does the standoff attacks with you. And like you can, if you throw like a jar, you can throw empty sake jars too, mostly as a distraction. But if you throw it at a person and hit the person, the wolf goes and kills that guy. Like
cool.
It's cool. Like it was a little maybe underbaked. Like I wish the wolf was just kind of more with you. But you get a song that can summon him at Saito bases and stuff like that. And every now and again, when you're about to die, the wolf shows up and kills the guy that's trying to kill you. And you come and you're fine. You're good.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Like you're on the ground, you know, about to get stabbed, and the wolf sometimes will be like, rawr, and then you get like half your health back and get back up.
That's awesome.
Now the wolf's here. But anyway, so we killed the Oni. We're on the Kitsune. Okay, so you go to the Kitsune Keep, and they have that area was cool too because they're ninjas and there's ninja puzzles everywhere. You got to solve little ninja puzzles like turn the statue this way and it opens a secret cave kind of shit. Like like that's where all their little hideouts are. And most of them are behind little puzzles you have to solve. And it like opens this door and you climb behind this mountain and oop, there's a little village. Okay, little village full of ninjas. And then one of the cooler parts is the Kitsune references Jin Sakai as the first shinobi. Like he was like, because they're making the vomit convulsion poison en masse.
God.
He figured out the recipe that he was like, the first shinobi on Tsushima had this poison that brought the Mongols to their knees single-handedly. And he figured out the poison, was trying to produce it en masse.
Wow.
So that was his whole plot, and you went and had to burn his fields and stop him. And this other guitar lady you find that plays the same instrument as Atsu, she was like very friendly with you, like from the get-go, basically. And I got a little weird of a feeling, but I was like, are they gonna like make out? I wasn't sure. They were very friendly, but turns out when you fight the Kitsune, he's like, did you think I was the first Kitsune or something like that? Finds out that lady was the first Kitsune that was at the house.
Oh.
And so Atsu was like, okay, I gotta kill you. And she's just like, okay, meet me at this graveyard and we can fight, I guess. Because she quit. She quit Lord Saito and she didn't want to be any part of that. She wanted to help kill the rest of the Yotei 6. But Atsu was like, no, you gotta fucking die, basically. And she showed up to duel her and they had a little fight. And she was like, Atsu, do you remember that night? And she's like, yeah, I remember that night. She's like, remember what I did? And it flashback again, showed Lord Saito that Lord Saito personally killed the mother. More brutally than necessary. It's like the dad just kind of got stabbed by the Oni. He was dead. But the mom was like, he hung a noose on a tree, put her on a chair, all that shit. They're holding down Atsu, making her watch. It's like, why? All because the dad, like, basically left the clan, essentially, and he felt slighted and wanted revenge. And that was how they hammered home a little more that revenge was bad, because that's what Lord Saito was all about. So the mom was made Atsu sing a song with her, and she was like to distract her basically. And then Atsu kept singing, but you heard Saito kick the chair out from under her, and you heard like while Atsu was singing and shit. I was like, my God. And then the Kitsune didn't like that at all and let her go and told her to run. The original one. And so eventually Atsu forgave her and crossed her name off with I don't think it was her blood. I don't know where she got the blood, but I don't remember. Oh, I think it was they killed the new Kitsune and he used his blood and crossed it off and forgave her. So she's an ally now.
Oh, good.
Good.
So now we're moving on to, that's 2, 3. Okay, the next ones are the dragon and the spider. They are around the same area. They are brothers, and they are Saito's sons.
Oh.
So my favorite of the Yotei 6, besides the older Kitsune, can't remember her name, my favorite was the spider. Like, he was the most fleshed out as a character of all of them, except for the one we interact with a lot. And Jubei finds out she was the Kitsune and all that, and he freaked out a little, but he's cool. But then you get to the coast area, and this is kind of where the game falls off a little bit. Like, it was fun, and it was a lot of cool missions, but it's basically just back to back to back to back, and now you're done with the game.
Okay.
Like, it felt a little rushed.
Like the final island or segment in Tsushima.
Yeah, it was a little like that.
The final one is just like, this is Mongol territory. There's no foxes here at all. You can't tell poems here. You just gotta fight the Mongols.
Wasn't like that. The area was fleshed out at least. Oh. Like, the area had quests and shit, but it just felt like the story was just like, let's get this over with now. Yeah. We're done. So that's gonna go fairly quickly. But I gotta tell you about a bounty hunt with this one guy. He was known as the Bear Man or something like that.
Okay.
Turns out he just had a pet bear that would attack people for him. That's why he was the Bear Man. People thought it was a man or something, but no, it's just a guy with a pet bear. You killed his bear, and then he got mad and came to fight you, and you kill him. And that's it.
Huh.
But, and there's these guys. There's this one legend about a guy named Takezo the Unrivaled. That's a cool name. But you do this quest where you go to all these trees and duel his, like, disciples. He doesn't teach anybody. They're just, like, follow his like, written down teachings or something.
Oh.
He's a master of dual katanas. That's where you get the final dual katana technique. It's from him. But basically, when you beat enough of those guys, Takezo shows up and he's like, let's fucking fight. And you have to go to the top of Mount Yotei and have a duel with him. Hard as shit.
Oh.
By far the hardest fight I had in the game. By a mile. I was probably underleveled. It was probably intended more as an endgame fight. But, like, goddamn, that took a long time. That took a lot. And I wouldn't give up because I'm stupid. I wouldn't just, like, go level up and come back. I had to do it. But I beat Takezo the Unrivaled, so that was fun. I got his hat. Let's see. Alright, so we get to this final area. We try to go after the dragon because we know he's going to be at this lighthouse area. He was, but he gets away. Okay, so next plan, go after the spider. And we end up... Oh, real quick, this is where you get guns in the final act. You get a little flintlock pistol and you get a rifle.
Okay.
And the rifle's really strong. Like, pretty much can one-shot anybody, but it's loud as fuck and takes forever to load.
Oh, yeah.
The pistol's a little quick-fire weapon, so while you're sword fighting, you can just be like... And you can hit R1 during a standoff and get an extra standoff kill with the pistol.
Oh, cool.
And that one's fun as shit. And the guy that makes the guns, he has a cool name. His name is Matchlock Murata. It's like, that's badass. I love that guy. And he upgrades your guns and shit for you. But so, you end up going to this house with the spider, and he's kind of a drunk like the other guy. But he's a drunk because Lord Saito let him know as often as he could that he's the second favorite.
Oh.
Like, that's why he's a little more fleshed out. You find out more, like, the brothers loved each other unconditionally, but Lord Saito's just a bastard. And he was just like, yeah, my sons suck, but the older one's a little better kind of attitude. And the older one wants to please his dad, and the younger one's just like, I just like my brother, fuck you.
Yeah.
So, he's a drunk, and they're also, this set Atsu off, because the plan was capture the spider alive to lure out the dragon. Because the brother's going to come save his brother, basically.
Right.
And they do the plan, but they were a little worried about doing the plan, because they were like, Atsu, the second you see him, are you just going to go off? And she's like, no, I'll be fine. And then they're hosting a play for his entertainment called The Night of the Burning Tree. She's like, they turned it into fucking entertainment, basically.
Wow.
And so the Kitsune lady's like, hey, are you cool? Are you going to kill him? Are you going to capture him alive? She's like, I'm going to try. I was like, oh, fuck. But then you do capture him alive. He's a little coward. You just, you fight all his guys, and that's where you get the ghost stance, and you're cutting through all his people like butter, and he's just like, oh, man, don't do that. You duel him, he was easy. He was real easy, and then you arrest him, and he's talking shit the whole time. And then Jubei has a daughter. We find that out later. And she's like, why didn't you tell me Atsu is? And he's like, I don't know. And the daughter's like, why didn't you tell me I had an aunt? And he's like, I don't know. So you find the daughter talking to the spider. She went to visit him in jail for some reason, and he's talking some kind of shit. I don't remember. But basically, Jubei was like, don't you ever fucking talk to her again. You take him to the beach to stage like a fake execution to lure out the dragon. And this ship is showing up. That's the dragon ship. There's a ship. Then another ship's coming. Then another ship's coming. And a lot of them are empty. And they're like, what the fuck's going on? Then the last ship coming up, there's a guy standing on it. And Atsu gets out her little telescope. She's like, that's Lord Saito. And they were like, oh, fuck. And then there was an explosion behind them. And they were like, they turned our fake out execution into a distraction. All the forces are back here at Matsumai Castle. We gotta fucking go. We gotta go save the castle. And then the dragon gets on the beach and he's like, let's fucking fight. To Atsu, basically. And Atsu's like, yeah. And then Jubei's like, no, come help me save my daughter. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, forget about him. And she's like, I can't. And like pulls out her sword and starts fighting him. And Jubei's like, fuck. And just like ran off with Kitsune lady to go save the daughter.
Yeah.
And so Atsu's like, oh, you made a bad choice there. And then you kill the dragon, cross off his name in front of his brother, because his brother was... That duel was annoying, because his brother was off with rifles shooting at you while you're fighting the brother with the dragon.
The coward brother?
But you get a bullet armor that makes it better.
Oh.
You get an armor that lets you deflect bullets with your sword. It's like, okay, fine. But I used that so I could just deflect him when he was trying. But I was fighting the dragon, killed the dragon. Spider literally just like starts crying and runs away. And and then Atsu goes, she's like, well, now I'll go help, now that it's convenient, I guess. And she went to help Clan Matsumai. The castle's like fallen basically at that point. Like they're cleaning up the troops that are still there. But like Lord Saito didn't take the castle, but they fucked everything up and left. And your brother's gone. You find the daughter, the Kitsune lady's gone. You find the daughter and you're like, hey, I'm gonna take you somewhere safe. And she's like, where's my dad? What? She's like, well, I think she said I was supposed to come help him, but I didn't, or something like that. And then his daughter starts yelling at her. She's like, you can't help anyone. You're an Onryo. They bring death and all this shit. I was like, oh fuck. And so you take the daughter to your childhood home and leave her there, basically, to go save the brother, because you find out him and the Kitsune are alive because she hunts down the spider. Because there was an offhand mention of a family like gravesite, and she finds out where it was, and she goes there and waits and ambushes his ass basically when he went to bury his brother. Oh, and you see, you see a little cutscene with him and Lord Saito where Lord Saito full on abandons him. Wow. Like he's just straight up like, she killed your brother.
Well, the good one's gone.
Yeah, it was like, he's like, okay, so she killed your brother and you ran, you little fuck. go bury him at our family site. That's literally the least you can do, is like basically what he said. So you get the spider, you chase him down, you duel him again, and he's just like, all right, kill me. And she's just like, she crossed his name off the list with a little blood she nicked off of his neck. She's like, I don't care about this shit anymore. I just want to save my family. She's like, I'll let you live. You just tell me where they are.
That happened quickly.
Yeah, well, the
Consequences
consequences
it's the end of the game.
the consequences of her actions are fully in front of her right now.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, I'll take you there. And then I'm going to the mainland and starting over. I don't want any of this shit anymore either. So he still lived. He's fine. He went off to the mainland after he took you to this castle in the mountains that Saito lives in. Surrounded, like in a mountain range. Like it's surrounded. Like there's only one way in, basically.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. It's like a perfectly defended fortress just from the mountains. You show up there, and I just start assassinating everyone. And get to Jubei. He's about to be shot, like on a firing squad. Save him, and he's just basically like, well, thanks, I guess, but fuck you. And she's like, Kiku's safe, Kiku's fine. I don't care about revenge anymore. Let's just save our friend, Kitsune friend, and let's go. And he's like, I don't believe you. As soon as you see Lord Saito, you're going to just stay and try to kill him. And she's like, no, I won't. I promise. It's fine.
She's going to do it.
No, surprisingly, no.
Really?
Because Lord
Oh, wow.
Saito's not fucking there.
Oh.
So you get through everything, and you find out Lord Saito's going back to where it all started. Fucking, where's the niece? Where's the niece? Shit. So then it's like, fuck, we gotta go. You save Kitsune, and they all get on horses, and you're running through all these explosions again, just like with the Oni, and on a fucking hell ride back to home. You show up. He's just playing the little coin flicking game with her, and he's just sitting there, being cool, waiting. And the girl goes to her dad, and he's just like, look, if you two take the girl and go, you're fine, go. I just want the ghost. Because she fucked up everything. She fucked up all his plans. Like, he wants her gone.
Yeah.
Like, he's basically ruined at this point.
Yeah.
Like, his armies are scattered, his generals are dead, he's gone, he's done. But he wants to kill her, because revenge is all he's got. And someone even said, like, Lord Saito's revenge is his weakness. It does not have to be yours. Be better, like, basically. And so they start getting ready to square off. He's like, we're similar, you and me. This is all we care about is vengeance, or something like that. It was pretty heavy-handed, what he said. And then she was like, you know what? Took off her little sash and burned it. Like, there was a little torch near her. She just burned it. He got real pissed off. I think because it was like, oh, she's a better person than I am, kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
Because she burned the sash. Didn't even get to cross his name off. That annoyed me a little, but I was like, no, that was a very good character moment, actually. So it's fine. So, you start the duel with Lord Saito. It's fairly difficult, but not nearly as bad as Takezo the Unrivaled. And it starts out pretty standard, and then he starts out with a spear, because he said you dueled him before. I forgot this. You dueled him before once, but he said you have to earn the right to see his katana skills, basically. So he was using a spear. She's like, pull out your fucking katana. He's like, not yet. Pull out his spear. You're dueling him against his spear and some other kind of weapon he used, I don't remember. Mostly the spear. But you get a little cutscene after the duel. She cuts his spear in half, and he was like, oh, fuck yeah, all right, and pulls out his katana, and now it's go time. Then I think you fight him for a little bit, but he pretty much, there's a scripted beat your ass moment. Where he does some weirdo attack that killed you immediately. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was like, I'm dead. And then Jubei showed back up, and he was like, we'll get them together. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Cool.
I gotta touch real quick on the cool controller stuff they did for this game. A lot of vibrations, haptic feedback was cool. The triggers were really cool with the bows and the flicking coins. And it did the same like stuff with the touchpad like in Tsushima, except there's little paintings instead of haikus, and you paint them with the touchpad.
Okay, cool.
And it's just little lines. You just like that simplistic kind of Japanese like painting style.
Yeah.
There is a diabolical, evil use of haptic feedback coming up.
Okay.
These bastards, you sucker punch, you motherfuckers. So you're dueling Lord Saito with your brother, right? Then we get a cutscene. Jubei, gut stabbed. You're not the main character, Jubei. Guess What the haptic feedback was used for? She has her hands on his chest. You feel his final fucking heartbeats.
Oh, no.
The haptic feedback.
That's cool.
Casually slowing down. That doesn't happen until after you beat Lord Saito. Like, he lives to see Lord Saito killed, at least. But, like, fuck, man. Really? Haptic feedback for his final heartbeats. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Sucker punch. You bastards. So, okay, so he's down now. Atsu pissed off. And she's... So you're dueling Lord Saito one last time. This time was like easy. I don't know if it was intended to be or if I was just doing good. But right when they clash swords after the brother goes down, it goes from like the normal serene scene that you're in fighting him in, like normal tree. As soon as they clash swords, boom, fire, just like the night of the burning tree. I was like, fuck! It was like a weird little flashback thing. It was so friggin' cool. That's why I said the highs might be higher here. Because I was like, god damn.
Yeah.
But then you duel him, you beat him, and how she beats him, she does the disarm attack and grabs his sword out of the air and drives her sword and his sword's in his gut. The sword her dad made's in that fucking shoulder that he pinned her to the tree with, and she charges and pins him to the tree.
Oh, cool.
And then she takes... I think she just left him there to die, and he just died. I'm pretty sure she just like left, and he was like, he did like a little villain line, and he stabbed in the chest. He just sat there and died for a second. I don't think she had a big moment because she rushed over to her brother to feel his final heartbeats in the controller. God damn it! And then there was a nice little beautiful moment where his daughter is crying. And she's like around the same age Atsu would have been, but it showed from Atsu's perspective, it was little girl Atsu crying. She went and symbolically hugged her little girl self when she went to hug the niece. So now she's mama. She's raising the niece now, okay. And that's where it ended. Lord Saito's down. It cuts and it says 6 months later. Atsu's like going off with the niece, teaching her how to forage in the woods because there was a little scene with the twins. When they were kids, like, they're foraging in the woods for mushrooms and shit. And that's where they first ran across Lord Saito, too. And he taught them foraging tricks. And then he was like, oh, your dad's that blacksmith, huh? And went and killed everybody. But, also, they were confronted by a wolf in the woods, and Lord Saito shot it, and it ran away. And is that the wolf that's been following me? I don't know. Maybe. Spirit wolf.
Yeah.
But, so... She's teaching her how to forage and teaching her how to live off the land and shit. And she's just like, people still leave offerings for the Onryo, you know? She's like, well, cool, I guess. And then she's like, you know, people are hoping the Onryo will take out the rest of Lord Saito's forces. And she's like, do you want me to do that? She's like, not really, but I feel selfish. And she's like, no, it's not my fight anymore. And like, yeah, so that's how it ends, is she's like raising the daughter. They play a song? Yeah, they play a song together or something, and then it's over, credits are rolling. Fucking awesome game. Like, there hasn't been a game that feels like it was made in a lab specifically for me like this in a like since Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, I think. Really? Was the last game that I was like, they made this just for me. They studied me, and they made this for me. That's what this game felt like. It is so... This is absolutely like, it has most of my favorite things. It has like cool villain group with a cool name, cool villain names, samurai shit. It's fucking awesome. I love pretty much everything about this game. I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10, but I don't really have too many problems with it. I'm going to say it's a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Even though I gave Donkey Kong a 10 out of 10, this is still my game of the year.
Wow.
Like, if that makes any sense to you. But I had such a phenomenal time with this game. Like, Metroid Prime 4 is out now. I'm playing that. I've moved on. But I still got the itch. I didn't platinum it. I didn't clear all the camps. I want to go do it. I just don't know if I'm going to at this point. But, God damn, this game is good. This game hit on every single level that it needed to hit on for me. Like, it is just... If it went a little more of a samurai simulator, aspect, I think I would have liked it even better. Like if it went like a Red Dead 2 route, where it's like, oh, you got to do this and this and that. It does to an extent, but it's like you can also just skip everything.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to sit there and cook the fish, you just hold X and skip it. But you can cook fish if you want.
Okay.
But the Ghost of Yotei is phenomenal. I cannot wait until the Legends multiplayer comes out. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. I've decided. I didn't play Yotei's thing at all. I didn't play Iki Island or anything. But I'm here for anything that Ghost of Yotei does. I want to play that Monster Mode Legends. I want to play that. I love this game. This is my favorite game this year. It's that and Donkey Kong.
I'm definitely planning on getting into it. Like, after I beat Prime 4, I'm beating Expedition 33, and then it's probably going to be Ghost of Yotei.
Man, it's phenomenal. You won't regret it. Especially because you like Tsushima.
Yeah.
It's what a sequel does. It just cranked everything that was good up to 11 and ditched some of the stuff that wasn't so good.
It's really
it
weird.
It kept a few of the things that weren't so good,
like,
but nothing specific.
Ghost of Yotei and Tsushima do seem like they were made for, like, us. Because, like, you fucking love samurai shit. And I fucking love ninja shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love both.
There's both in there.
And I love open worlds. I love pretty shit. Like, I mean, it seriously feels like Sucker Punch sat down, and were like, how can we make Scotty the happiest girl in the world? How can we just make Scotty want to do nothing but live in this little world we made? And that's what it did. I love this game so much, and I'm going to say something bold here. I think Sucker Punch is my favorite PlayStation studio. I'm pretty sure. Because Infamous 1 and 2, fucking love those games.
Yeah.
Second Son was good. Not as good. But Ghost of Tsushima, oh my god. Samurai Red Dead, are you kidding me? I love it. Ghost of Yotei, even more Samurai Red Dead. And better than Tsushima in almost every way. I fucking love Sucker Punch. Anything they want to make, I'm down. I don't think we're getting another Ghost. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. But whatever they're moving on to next, I can't wait to see.